For experiment 3, we're going to do synthesis of zinc oxide. In this experiment, we have these following objectives. First, to synthesize zinc iodide. And then, to compare the properties of the reactants, which is zinc and iodine. We can call them also starting materials, with the product that form, which is the zinc iodide. And during this synthesis, we could have observed the law of conservation of mass and the law of constant composition in a chemical reaction. In this reaction, you have zinc here, which is an element reacting with iodine and another element to produce a compound. So we can write here that both of them are element. Okay, so two elements reacting to form compound. So we could say an example of a combination reaction. Okay, and as we could see here, okay, both of these elements are solid. Okay, so zinc is a shiny solid metal reacting with iodine, which is purple color corrosive solid. Okay, now as we all know, it's hard to have a reaction between a solid and a solid, so you need another ingredient for this reaction to proceed, and this is supplied in the form of the vinegar. Okay, so this is a very simple reaction, and you could see how it's going to react. Now, as we would say, it follows the law of conservation of mass. So what does it mean? The mass of the zinc and the iodine should be equals to the mass of the zinc iodide and any remaining material that left unreacted by the end of the reaction. The law of constant composition is also going to play a role here because of the composition of zinc in zinc iodide and the iodine in zinc iodide. So I want you to watch the videos that was posted related to this experiment, okay? Because some things from that video is needed to answer some questions that is part of your lab report. So if we're going to follow the procedure based on the manual, this is what we have. We determine and record the mass of a 50 ml Erlenmeyer plus, and then we obtain approximately 2 grams of iodine, then 2 grams of granular zinc. So they have the same mass. So you're going to record the mass of the iodine and the zinc, and then you record the appearance of the iodine and the zinc. Now you add the iodine and the zinc to 50 ml plus. Now using a grad cylinder, you're going to measure 5 ml vinegar, and in the hood, you add the vinegar to the iodine and zinc mixture in the 50 ml plus and you swirl, and then observe what happened. Swirl the mixture until it seems the reaction is over. So you have to look at the videos. When are you going to know that the reaction is over? Okay, and then determine and record the mass of a 125 ml Erlenmeyer plus. So this is another Erlenmeyer plus. So after you weigh the bigger Erlenmeyer plus, you're going to decant the clear zinc iodide solution in the 50 ml plus to the bigger plus, and then you rinse the remaining zinc in the 50 ml plus with 1 ml of vinegar. You remove the vinegar, rinse with a transfer pipette, and then you add the rinse to the solution in the 125 ml plus, and then you rinse it again with vinegar 2 more times. And then what you're going to do, you're going to heat both plus. So we go first with the 50 ml. You heat the smaller 50 ml plus on a hot plate or thermowell until the zinc and the plus are completely dry. And then from that, you determine and record the mass of the zinc and the dry plus after cooling. So here you're just determining the mass of the zinc. Now you do the same thing for the larger 125 ml Erlenmeyer Plus using the hot plate thermal well set on the low setting. So what will happen here? The solid zinc iodide will come up as a solution, okay, as the water is boiled away. The zinc iodide will be dumped and will need to be carefully heated until the sound of crackling stops and the zinc iodide is off-white or light yellow. There should be no water droplets on the upper inside part of the larger Erlenmeyer Plus. And you don't want the zinc iodide to become dark yellow or orange, as this means that it has started to decompose because you heated it too much. Okay? And what happened once you see that you already have the solid zinc iodide, you remove it from the hot bath, cool it for 5 minutes, and then determine the mass of the zinc iodide. So what are you going to submit in the lab report? So as I have told you, the data will be provided. Now I want you to watch the video to get the observations. Okay? So the one that you need to submit is the one that started in the procedure part of your lab manual. I already separated the document in the folder, so all you need to do, okay, get that document and fill up the data and answers, provide answers to the question. Okay, so that's the one that's constitute your lab report.